The sound of a deadbolt clicking shut is surprisingly final, especially when you're on the wrong side of it, especially when it's 11 p.m. on a December night and you're 17 years old with nothing but the clothes on your back and a backpack full of college applications you'll never get to send. "Don't come back," my father said through the door. "I raised a thief, and I won't have you under my roof anymore." I stood on that porch, watching my breath turn to fog in the freezing air, waiting for someone to tell me this was all a mistake. Nobody came. My name is Maya Torres. I'm 32 years old now. There's an envelope on my desk, my brother Daniel's handwriting. After 15 years of silence, he wants to meet. Says it's urgent. This is the story of how my golden child brother framed me for theft, got me thrown out in the middle of winter, and how karma finally caught up with him. Let me paint you the Torres family in 2009. My father Marcus was a corporate accountant. Everything had to add up perfectly, black and white, no second chances. My stepmother Veronica married into the family when I was 9. Nice enough, but her smiles never reached her eyes. My brother Daniel was 21, 4 years older, Stanford student, investment firm intern. Perfect, charming, everyone loved him. And me, Maya? 17, quiet, average grades. I liked art and photography, things my father called hobbies, not careers. My real mother Elena died when I was 7, car accident. After that, I became invisible. Daniel got everything. The attention, the college fund, the belief. I was just there. Our grandmother Lucia, my mom's mom, was the only one who saw me, really saw me. She lived an hour away, and I'd visit whenever I could escape. She'd tell me stories about my mother, feed me empanadas, and remind me I was worth something. "Mija," she'd say, "people who make you feel small are just scared you'll grow bigger than them." I didn't understand what she meant. Not yet. December 2009, I was a senior in high school, working part-time at a bookstore, saving every penny for community college. Daniel had just graduated Stanford and moved back home temporarily. He was interviewing at investment firms, talking about his big future. Then, everything exploded.
December 18th, 2009. I came home from my shift at the bookstore around 9 p.m. My father was standing in the living room, face red, veins bulging in his neck. Veronica stood behind him, arms crossed. Daniel sat on the couch, looking devastated, the perfect picture of a heartbroken older brother. My father was holding something. My stomach dropped when I saw what it was. His emergency cash envelope, the one he kept in his desk drawer. $3,000 and $100 bills. Except now it was empty. "Where is it?" he said, voice shaking. "Where's what?" "Don't play stupid, Maya. The money. $3,000 from my desk." I stared at him, genuinely confused. "I don't know what you're talking about." "Daniel found evidence in your room," Veronica said, her voice cold and satisfied. "Show her, Daniel." Daniel stood up slowly, pulled out his phone and showed me photos. Photos of my bedroom, my dresser drawer open, and inside, $100 bills tucked under my clothes. "I was looking for a phone charger," Daniel said, voice cracking perfectly. I found this, Dad. I didn't want to believe it, but I felt like the floor was disappearing beneath me." "That's not mine. I didn't take anything. Someone put that there." "Enough," my father shouted. "I counted that money yesterday. Today it's gone, and Daniel found it in your room." "Dad, please, I swear I didn't." "You've been asking about college money for months," Veronica interrupted. "You've been jealous of Daniel since he came home. This was your way of getting what you thought you deserved." "That's insane. I would never." My father grabbed my arm. "I won't have a thief in my house. Pack a bag. You're leaving now." "Dad, please, just let me explain." "There's nothing to explain. Daniel saw the money. The evidence is right there. You're not my daughter anymore." He dragged me to my room, watched me grab my backpack, shoved me toward the front door. "Dad, please, it's freezing outside. Where am I supposed to?" The door slammed. The deadbolt clicked. And just like that, at 17 years old, I was homeless in December.
I stood on that porch for maybe 5 minutes before the reality hit me. Nobody was coming to save me. Nobody was opening that door. I started walking. No plan, no phone. It was sitting on my bedroom desk. No money. Just me and the dark and the cold. My grandmother Lucia lived 12 miles away. In a car, that's nothing. Walking in 20-degree weather with no coat, it might as well have been 100 miles. But I had nowhere else to go. The first hour was just shock. My body moved on autopilot, one foot in front of the other. The second hour, I started shaking. Not from cold yet, from rage, from disbelief, from the unfairness of it all. By hour 3, I couldn't feel my fingers anymore. Route 12 stretched ahead of me, dark and empty. A few cars passed, but nobody stopped. Just a teenager walking alone at midnight. Not their problem. I made it about 8 miles before my legs gave out. There was a bus stop bench. I remember thinking I'd just sit for a minute, just catch my breath. Then I'd keep going. I sat down, and I couldn't get back up. The cold wasn't cold anymore. It was warm, comfortable. My eyes started closing. That's when the headlights stopped. A woman's voice, sharp, urgent. Hey, can you hear me? I remember trying to answer, but my mouth wouldn't work right. The woman, I'd learned later her name was Detective Rosa Mendez, retired, wrapped me in blankets from her trunk, called 911, and stayed with me until the ambulance arrived. She saved my life that night, but more than that, she believed me. I woke up in County General Hospital with hypothermia and Rosa Mendez sitting beside my bed. She wasn't just any retired detective. She'd spent 30 years in fraud investigation, and when she found a 17-year-old girl half frozen on the side of the road, her instincts kicked in. "Tell me everything," she said. So I did. The accusation, the planted money, Daniel's perfect performance, my father's immediate belief. Rosa listened without interrupting. Then she said 5 words that changed everything. "Your brother's lying. I can prove it." See, Rosa had a friend who still worked at the police department, and she made some calls. First, she got the hospital to contact Child Protective Services. A minor expelled into dangerous weather conditions? That's abuse. CPS opened an investigation immediately. Second, Rosa started digging into Daniel. She requested bank records. Turned out Daniel had been living way above his means for months. Credit card debt, gambling losses, a girlfriend with expensive taste. Third, Rosa checked security footage from nearby businesses. My father's house had a Ring doorbell camera. Rosa convinced my grandmother Lucia, who showed up at the hospital within an hour of being called, to request the footage from my father. Lucia didn't ask, she demanded. And when Marcus tried to refuse, she threatened to call the police herself. The footage showed everything. The day the money went missing, I was at work from 3 p.m. to 9 p.m. Time-stamped, verified. But Daniel was home alone for 3 hours that afternoon. Plenty of time to stage a crime scene. Rosa found more. Text messages between Daniel and his girlfriend Amber from the week before. "I need cash fast. The investment thing fell through. I'll figure something out." The reply, "What are you going to do?" "Trust me, I have a plan." The plan was me. Frame the invisible daughter, take the money, let her take the fall. CPS investigator Maria Chen didn't waste time. She showed up at my father's house with police, bank records, and security footage. She asked one question. "Mr. Torres, can you explain why your son's phone was in Maya's room at 2:17 p.m. on December 18th, 30 minutes before you counted your money?" See, smartphones have location tracking. Daniel's phone pinged inside my room that afternoon. He'd planted the money, taken photos for evidence, and then waited for me to come home so he could destroy my life. My father's face when he saw the evidence was something I'll never forget. Not guilt, not yet, just confusion. Like his perfect worldview was cracking in real time. "Daniel," he said, "tell them this is wrong. Tell them—" Daniel tried to lie. Tried to say the location data was wrong. The texts were taken out of context. He was trying to protect me. But Maria Chen had done this for 20 years. She didn't believe him for a second. "Mr. Torres," she said to my father, "your son stole $3,000, framed his minor sister, and stood by while you expelled her into life-threatening conditions. That's theft, fraud, and contributing to child endangerment." Daniel's face went white. My grandmother Lucia, bless her, didn't yell. She just looked at my father with complete disgust. "You chose the liar over your own daughter," she said quietly. "Elena would be ashamed of you." That hit harder than any scream could have. Daniel ended up pleading guilty to avoid jail time, 2 years probation, full restitution of the $3,000 plus damages, and a permanent record. My father lost custody. Emergency guardianship went to Lucia. She took me in without hesitation, gave me the room my mother grew up in, and told me I'd never be invisible again. Veronica filed for divorce 6 months later. Turns out she'd been embezzling from the household account for years and didn't want the scrutiny. My father ended up alone in that house with nothing but his regrets and his stupid recliner. Fast forward 15 years. I put myself through college working 3 jobs, got a degree in digital forensics, inspired by Rosa, who became like a second grandmother to me. Now I run my own cybersecurity consulting firm in Seattle. Good money, great life. Zero contact with my father or brother. Then last week, the letter arrived. Daniel's handwriting, expensive stationery, return address from a rehab facility. I almost threw it away, but curiosity got me. Inside, Maya, I need to see you. I'm dying. Stage 4 cancer. I need to apologize before I go. Please, I'm at Evergreen Recovery Center, room 204. Daniel. I stared at that letter for 3 days. Rosa said, "You don't owe him anything." Lucia said, "Do what your heart tells you, mija." So I went. The rehab center was sterile and sad. Daniel looked like a ghost of the golden child I remembered. Thin, gray, 40 pounds lighter. He cried when he saw me. "Maya, I'm so sorry. I destroyed your life for $3,000. I was selfish and desperate, and I—" "Stop," I said. He looked up, hopeful. "You didn't destroy my life, Daniel. You tried to, but I survived. I built something better without you. I have a company, people who love me, a life I'm proud of. I know. I've been following your career. You're amazing. I needed you to know I'm sorry." I looked at him, really looked at him. This man who'd once been so perfect, so untouchable, now broken and alone. "I forgive you," I said. "Not for you, for me, because I'm not carrying your guilt anymore." His face crumbled with relief. "But understand this," I continued. "Forgiveness doesn't mean reconciliation. You made your choices. You live with them. I hope you find peace before the end, but that peace won't include me." I walked out, didn't look back. In the parking lot, Rosa was waiting. She'd insisted on coming as backup. "How do you feel?" she asked. "Free," I said, and I meant it. Some storms don't destroy you. They redirect you. That December night 15 years ago, I lost a father who didn't deserve me, but I found a grandmother who did. I lost a brother who betrayed me, but I found my strength. My father sent a letter last year. I returned it unopened. "Some bridges you burn for warmth." Daniel died 3 months after I saw him. I didn't go to the funeral, but I did visit my mother's grave, told her I turned out okay, told her Lucia raised me right, told her I finally understood what she meant about people who try to make you small. I'm not small anymore. If this story resonated with you, drop a comment about where you're watching from. And remember, family isn't who shares your blood. It's who shows up when your blood is cold. Thanks for watching. See you in the next story.